make sure I click and
We
I might need to wait. No, 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 it's downloading, it's downloading. We're making progress from the Ningbo, a major industrial and port hub here in the east, somewhere in China here. We are, of course, live with the day one of the qualifiers for DreamHack Atlanta, China. I'm so used to Taiwan being the first one that we cast, but no, it is China. I am here, of course, today with El Piloto. I am Yakuzaku. And with me today is El Piloto con la parte superior plana que también es dueño de la tienda de gasolina, like _VIP. How we doing, Light?
What's up, Yaku? Welcome back. I know it's been a while. I know it's been a quite a long time, but yes, we are back here with DreamHack China. We were casting DreamHack North America earlier this morning, and we are back with our second broadcast of the night. Oh boy, and not the last one, as WTL will be later on in the evening.
As you can see.
Yes, as you can see behind us. So we will be diving into WTL later on, but yes, for the time being, yes, we are going to be getting into our first series soon, TM. Again, welcome everyone to the Chinese qualifier. To kind of bring everyone up to speed, of course, there are going to be 2 qualifying spots here in tonight's qualifier, and we will do our best to cover the entire thing. I say we'll do our best just because WTL is in 3 hours, and we do have to prioritize that a little bit. So hopefully they don't overlap, hopefully.
Yes. And hopefully they won't, as long as the client works.
Yes, yes, as we are struggling to get into our first lobby, but hopefully everything will work out. Fingers crossed. Ooh, as beautiful. Everyone has loaded on in. Oh my god, easy. We are going to be getting into our first series. As you can see on the screen here, I'm unfamiliar with their races, but I can at least read their names.
Yes, Buqun and GhostFaNtoM, and I don't know why I'm the lobby leader here.
Yes, Buqun and GhostFaNtoM, as we are going to be getting into this. Ooh, a bit of a TvP, actually.
Yeah, interesting, okay. Haven't had too many of those in the qualifiers that we've had so far. I'm actually lying. I did not watch NA this morning.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, we've been we actually did cast a lot of TVPs in the morning, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. And I think what I'm most excited about is that these are 2 players that we haven't casted before. I don't think I've ever seen them in the Chinese qualifiers before either.
Yeah, they're completely new to us, at least when it comes to us casting them. But from what I understand, Buqun at least has a little bit of a history in the Chinese region, which we can get into later on.
Oh, definitely. As you can see here, we are loading into our first game. Vetoes are now complete, and here it is, game number 1 of the first Chinese qualifier.
Yes, it is, and it is, of course, going to be kicking off on Moondance. We're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have a red Protoss player coming out from that land of China, apparently an admin for a couple of events. He is, of course, going to be representing Starlight Twinkle. He is Buqun, or Buqun.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Moondance, we have the Chinese Terran player himself. He is blue, representing himself as far as I can tell. It is GhostFaNtoM.
Yeah, do let us know what the Mandarin characters in that clan tag stand for, and if that's, an established team or what have you. But from what we understand, I mean, there's not too much info.
Yeah, I mean, there's no clan logo. There's no. I would just assume that it's just, it's just a clan that they have made amongst themselves. But yeah, I'm really excited because !be in the chat if everyone would like to divert their attention to the brackets. This bracket for the Chinese qualifier, I think, is the largest we've ever had. I'd never seen so many sign-ups for the Chinese qualifier before.
Yeah, full 24-player bracket coming in here. We have had a few cases in the past where we have 24, I think even 30 players who sign up, but when the day itself comes, only about 12 or something players check in. So this is pretty exciting. It's glad to see that there are a lot of players in the Chinese region who are active and competing.
Definitely. I think a part of that may be because of WTL. I did see that the admin for WTL, Sarutobi, like he even signed up, and I'm sure he probably spread the word as well to some of the other organizers. You said yourself that Buqun is another admin. So it's great to see that like not just players but other community figures are all taking part.
Oh yeah, not just an admin, Kuro's informing me now. Also a Wikipedia contributor.
Yeah, really sick, really
cool
sick to see.
And speaking of sick to see, I gotta tell you, Light, I love seeing a probe die to a Reaper. It's a very minor thing that happens. It's expected, but it always gets my heart going a little.
Yeah. The Terran bias is already showing a little bit here. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how our players can perform here. Already the first Reaper got one probe kill earlier, is gonna get a second probe kill as well. Unfortunately, we didn't have like any kind of a Zealot open or anything like that. We're waiting for our Adept here, so the first Reaper is already getting a decent amount of damage done.
And this is without pulling a bunker over across the map or behind the mineral line or anything like that. GhostFaNtoM actually playing it a little bit safer with his opening.
Yeah, very safe. I mean, safe, but still dealing damage. Like, oh my god, he's going to even get a third probe here in the end. Ay. Unfortunately, despite this opener, there wasn't like a shield battery in the mineral line or anything like that for Buqun either, so his probes have been a little bit exposed. But at least he has gotten his base up and running, and oh my god, this is... Oh, I just realized how greedy he's been.
You might as well. I mean, it's a little bit safe for a Moondance to take that pocket third, especially with you're able to guard that choke point, but once GhostFaNtoM gets eyes on this third base, I don't think he's gonna hold back anymore.
Well, that's an if though, because why would you take the third? To be fair, like again, like the Reaper getting this amount of damage done is surprising, and it should be raising some red flags. There's a fourth probe going down, by the way, and I have to wonder if GhostFaNtoM's like, oh my god, like am I just like clowning all over my opponent? Like what's happening right now? Well, there's a reason for that. It is because of the greed. It is because of the fact that the third Nexus is about to finish up, and it has gone unscouted.
Yeah, you see that many probes and just one Adept, you know something is up, whether your opponent's playing a little bit greedier, getting an earlier third base, or you're playing a little cheesier and saving your gas for something. But I think Buqun actually, or Buqun? And I'm entirely certain on that pronunciation, but I believe he only has one gas, and we find out why. That's charge.
It is going to be for charge, but you know what? This game may be over before it really begins, because GhostFaNtoM pushes out across the map. The shield battery is not done yet. The Adept will go down. So will the shield battery. We will not have an overcharge. And mate, there are no units here. We don't even have warp gate.
There's got to be one of the greatest anti-timings in a TvP I can think of. You know, shield battery going down before the Adept, sorry, dying before the shield battery can even finish up, and everything else is dying. 13, basically the entire mineral line there. That third Nexus isn't really going to help if you have nothing to mine from it.
Yeah, exactly, but it's okay. Finally, Warp Gate does finish up. Finally, we can warp in our Stalker here, but every single probe has gone down. GhostFaNtoM hasn't even scouted the third base, but he may not even need to, as so many probes are falling, puppy.
Yeah, basically the entire economy of Buqun? Of our Protoss player is completely eliminated. I mean, GhostFaNtoM is nearly twice the worker count, and he's got builds on top of that. Let's not forget, continuing to pump out more and more Marines, and the thing is, GhostFaNtoM right now doesn't realize how far ahead he is. If he did, and I feel like he would be rallying everything across the map.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of
He's
those...
playing sensible.
Yeah, like the reason why GhostFaNtoM was able to be as aggressive as it was, we didn't really get to cover it, but it was a 2-1 opener into a 3-Vax into eventually our starport, so very biocentric. Because that, we just had so many Marines to work with, and again, Buqun just doesn't really have much going on. He has a single gateway for production, so he can only warp in a single unit at a time. He does have charge, which is cool, but we don't really have the production.
That one Zealot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we don't really have the...
It's gonna have a lot to do.
Yeah, we don't have the production to sustain anything, really, just because of that economic damage. I mean, would you have triple chrono boost and triple pro production? So, I mean, Buqun can try and get back into this, as he's going for a proxy.
Did he get an observer?
He did.
And it's chilling over at his side of the map. That's, yeah, a little suboptimal right now. But as you said with the triple nexuses, you know, he's slowly getting his worker count back up. I'm just staring at that supply difference, though, like that army supply difference.
Yeah, we do have quite a number of Marines rushing across the map, and we have Stim already done. We have Charge, which is cool. We have a Proxy Dark Shrine. Let's go. But there's only so much.
Hey, you know what?
Overcharge is good.
Phantom won't have too many scans.
Yeah.
But Overcharge is very good. Not if the shield battery immediately gets targeted down. There's only 2 gateways for production, and I mean, that Robo Bay facility isn't really going to be making much of anything either.
Yeah, not much of anything, unfortunately. We do see the Twilight Council being depowered. The army can stim all the way into the main base. Like, more shield batteries being thrown down in desperation, but they immediately get taken down and cancelled, and down goes all the production as well. We have 1 gateway currently powered here for Buqun, and he wants to at least warp in a DT. Okay, that's all he wants.
Yeah, he's staying in here. He knows that DT isn't going to change much, but it's something. It's satisfaction.
Yeah, you know, why not? Yeah, exactly. So, you know, the Darkshine's going to finish up soon. TM, Buqun isn't quite supply block because of the next side, because of the pylons. He does have the production to warp in some DTs, and there we go, there they are.
Dude, they got a lot to do.
They got a lot to do.
Now, there are 3 orbital commands for GhostFaNtoM right now. Oh, no, sorry, only, no, yeah, 3 orbital commands. So that's definitely a lot of energy to scan, but you know what? There's no turret! There's no missile turret!
There's no turret. It's all about the reaction time here as the Marines take everything down. There's the first scan in the main base. We do have another DT in the main. Missile turret's on the way, and we do have a scan, but we need a bit of an army here.
Cyclone will take out that DT, and with that, we shouldn't see Buqun in this game for too much longer. GG. GhostFaNtoM takes game number 1.
GG, well played. A very interesting game 1. Something that I will say is something that I have never seen before. A player going for a gate double expand. Bearing in mind, he got his 2nd Nexus, or his 3rd Nexus technically, off of 1 gateway. It's crazy.
Yeah. And you know what? That 3rd Nexus wasn't scouted. Could have gotten away with it if only his opponent wasn't so aggressive. And I guess I'm gonna be making the map now. I'm gonna hope that I can find it.
The maps are in English. The maps are in English, so it's okay. It's okay. And also, when you create with lobby, you can just type in WCS, and WCS Game Heart will pop up there.
Yeah, so. Beautiful.
Oh, he's on it. But yes, we are getting ready for.
Figured it out.
We are getting ready for map number.
Finally understand Mandarin.
We are getting ready for map number 2. And yeah, I'm honestly again pretty excited to see how this all plays out. Buqun is masters, by the way. I will say that. So like, I shouldn't expect or I would hope that he is gonna come a little bit more prepared in game 2.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of an MMR difference between our 2 players here, but Buqun definitely knows what he's doing. It's just the execution that we're going to be looking at. Yeah,
or maybe he was again intentionally being crazy because he knows about that difference. He's like, hey, if I can get away with a faster Nexus, maybe I can make up for that, right?
Yeah, maybe he wants something to put on Liquipedia.
maybe. But yeah, I'm also excited to see more of GhostFaNtoM, just because he is GM on the Chinese server, and again, I'm not familiar with him at all really, as many of the players in this bracket. So yeah, I'm ready to be impressed.
As am I. Whoop. Wait. Okay, he's still in the lobby.
Yeah. It's all good.
Already.
As we are going to be getting ready for our next series. Meanwhile, when it comes to the bracket itself, we have seen quite a number of names that we are familiar with, and I'm pretty excited to see, as we do have a bit of a, oh my god, thanks so much 47s for the 300 bits. But mate, I see a lot of familiar names. I see Jim.
I see probably the biggest name on today's bracket. So try to remember which of these is to invite a player. Oh, no, never mind. He's on it. Wait. No, not that one. Wait. Wait. No.
Ay, ay, ay. Looks like we're
Trying to
just...
sort out client.
Yeah. We are attempting to get our lobby made. What?
Wait, how do I invite to game? For some reason, I am the party lead.
Yeah, that was made earlier. But it's all good. He is being invited into the lobby. So yeah, we have players like Jim, we have players like Blue Ming, we have Hyperion, Jaedong Oz, oh my god, one other Rewhite. So a lot of like the kind of the big names that we expect to move on through. But because there are so many other mystery players, I have to wonder if there is going to be some kind of weird upset. You know, can one of the more unknowns rise up?
Yeah, that's definitely what we're gonna be looking for here. We don't know quite what the form of these newer players are, but from what I can tell, they're pretty active in regional events so far, anyway.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of being active, here we are on Inside and Out. We're in the top right-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have our blue Protoss player coming out from the land of China. He is, of course, going to be representing Starlight Twinkle. Yes, Starlight Twinkle, and is a very, 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 very active contributor to Liquipedia. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, actually sporting that Liquipedia, yep, that Liquipedia avatar on ESL, he is Buqun.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the Chinese Terran player himself. He is red. He's not just a ghost. He's not just a phantom. He is GhostFaNtoM.
Both of them combined.
So I got a question for you, Yaku.
Yes.
Okay. So GhostFaNtoM.
I agree.
Is a GhostFaNtoM the ghost of a ghost?
What? Oh, well, see, here I was thinking a GhostFaNtoM would be a mix between a ghost and a banshee. Because a banshee's kind of like a phantom.
A banshee is not a banshee is a banshee.
Wait, what? Wait, what's a phantom?
What? Like a banshee is a mythical creature, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
I don't believe a phantom is a part of that mythology.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, like, the most I know about phantoms comes from Danny Phantom.
I was about to say, unless he's the ghost of Danny Phantom.
That would make sense.
Okay.
I think.
And that's why he's a phantom with an F, because he's a fan.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, so he's not like an actual... What is a phantom? He's a fan of Tom, but not a phantom. Who is Tom?
When I think of phantom, am I crazy? There's like an old comic book here that's the Phantom, right? Am I crazy?
With an F?
No, with no, with PH. Am I crazy?
You might not be crazy. You might just be old. These are things.
Yeah. The Phantom. He's like in purple spandex.
Oh.
Ah.
Does he also go 3 racks in the comics?
He's infamous for it. Yeah.
It's related.
It's exactly as the first Reapers across the map. Ooh, once again, that first Reaper is getting so much damage done for, oh my god, 5 probes in total.
Man, GhostFaNtoM doesn't even need the 3 racks at this point. That's just a cherry on top of the cake here.
Oh god, it is a little bit brutal, but as you were pointing out, GhostFaNtoM is going for a bit of a different opener. Oh my god, his own variant of a 3 racks.
Very much so, prioritizing that concussive shells first. I feel like we used to see this a bit more often back in the day, but nowadays when we see a 3 racks opening, we see Terran players prioritizing stim over everything else.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, so a couple of things. Because we are already working on Marauders, we have 2 Marauders being pumped out at a time, followed by that stim later on. This actually will work wonders against gateway units, specifically Stalker-heavy armies. Not just Stalkers, but also Marauders. They make short work of pylons and shield batteries.
Yeah, walling off on the low ground. I'm not entirely sure if that's the right move specifically against Marauders. They are the building busting unit of Bioterran.
Yeah, I am a little bit concerned as well. Meanwhile, Buqun, he is going for a robo opener, which again is very unusual. I mean, I say very unusual. We actually saw it earlier today in DreamHack North America. When you go for this, you can go for a fast robotic spate into Colossus or into Disruptors, but the army is already here. And mate, we don't have a shield battery on the low ground.
Yeah, at the very least, you know, I might be helping Copium Light, but at least the Warp Prism helps in the micro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might not really matter much if you don't have any units to micro. Mostly Marauders left here for the Bioterran army. Nice target firing from Buqun, but I don't think he's going to be able to out-DPS what GhostFaNtoM has right now.
Yeah, especially because at the same time we do have one Reaper going into the main base, and Buqun is being pulled apart, or Buqun is being pulled apart right now. The Prism finally comes out, and these Stalkers will have Blink, but oh no, the Stalkers go down!
Before they can even get picked up by that War Prism. One Stalker remaining. Eventually we're going to have an Immortal out here, but the damage has already been done here for GhostFaNtoM. He is no longer rallying his units across the map, which is the right call. He knows that the damage has been done. It's time for him to transition to, you know, be a little bit safer in ending the game.
Yeah, exactly. We do see the third CC on the way across the map. We have our factory as well, so we can kind of get into something a little bit more solid. Meanwhile, back at home, it looks like Buqun has finally cleaned up all of the Reapers, the Marines, and the Marauders, so he has survived. But is he really living on 9 probes?
He's got not a whole lot of income, actually, now that I look at it.
Yeah. I mean, what I like, this is a much more solid opener compared to what we saw last game. Like, game 1 was crazy for Buqun. This time, you know, he had a little bit more production. He had a little bit more of a plan going into it. I imagine he wanted to go for a 3, maybe even a 4 gates, kind of not Blink Stalker, but like War Prism push. Unfortunately, he just had no idea what was coming his way. He had no scouting information at all.
Yeah, Buqun did play crazy, but it was GhostFaNtoM's time to throw something a lot more aggressive out. This should just about be the final nail in the coffin. Best Buqun can really hope for here is a base trade that, I gotta say, like, I don't see happening.
Yeah, I mean, the Immortal does pack a massive punch, and we do have 2 more Stalkers on the way. We do have Blink burying mines, so far Buqun has been able to keep everything alive. But there's only so much you can do. There's only so much HP you can really work with.
Yeah, it's like we have Blink, but there's also Stim for the Bioterran player. Medevac's are actually being produced instead of Vikings, which does make sense. He wants to prioritize his Bio army, but I'm just saying, like, one Viking will destroy the hopes and dreams of Buqun. I don't even want to say it's gonna shut this down, because it's a little bit more than that. GG, GhostFaNtoM takes that series 2-0 and will advance to the next round in this qualifier. Nicely done.
Oh, GG, well played to GhostFaNtoM. Just really showcasing his skill here, showcasing why he is, you know, GM, and his overall skill level. And yeah, he's able to move on in this bracket pretty easily, 2-0. But there's another reason why I wanted to jump on this series, because he does have an opponent ready and waiting.
Yeah, once again, we had 24 players checking in today, which does mean that there were a couple of buys in the first round. Our next opponent for GhostFaNtoM is going to be a different Protoss player. He plays Protoss, right?
Mm-hmm.
A different Protoss player in the form of Rewhite.
Exactly. Again, shout out to Buqun for let us know how to pronounce your name. But massive shout out to him for signing up and being a part of this qualifier. Again, like, he's more known for being a community member and updating Wikipedia and things of that nature instead. But we appreciate that he was
the Sunrise Cup.
There we go, admin of the Sunrise Cup. Oh my god, that's pretty amazing. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Not able to really hold a candle to some of the other more high caliber players, but still really cool to see nonetheless.
Yeah, hope to see a lot more of him coming down.